Hello and welcome to the show. This is the Sales for the Nigerian Business Person podcast. It's available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple iTunes, or any podcast player of your choice. So when you're done listening to this, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and it's free, just in case you're wondering or you meet someone else who thinks that all podcasts, especially those on Apple iTunes, have to be paid for. So it's free. Tell your friends, your family members, your associates. Today on the show, we're going to continue with something that we started yesterday. Don't worry, the SMEDAN summary is going to come in a few days. I just want to be sure that I'm done with this messaging bit first, just so just to avoid the interruption, where people have to keep skipping forward and skipping backwards because they want to continue with a particular train of thought. So today on the show, effective business messaging begins when you know your core value proposition or your unique value proposition or your unique selling point or what else? Whatever it is that people call it. Now, what do these terms mean? There are lots of them that have been used interchangeably. I've spoken about a few here. I've spoken about core value proposition, unique value proposition, unique selling point. Okay, I can't remember the others. But bottom line is, if you're interested in these sorts of things, you're going to find lots of terms. But these terms, whether you hear them on podcasts, on business shows, or you see them in business publications, maybe like Harvard Business Review, they all mean the same thing. And we all use them interchangeably to signify one very important idea. So your core proposition, your unique value proposition, your unique selling point, your USP, whatever the acronym is the main reason why people do business with you, the main reason why people buy your product, the main reason why people buy your service. In fact, in short, the main reason why people buy, the main reason, that number one reason, or these number of reasons why people keep coming to you, and the main reason why your customers tell other people that they should go ahead and buy from you. So whether it is CVP or UVP or USP or whatever the initials are, that is exactly what we are trying to signify here. Now there's one reason or a bunch of reasons why people are buying from you, and it's good for us to know what those reasons are, what our customers are saying those reasons are, so we can use that to inform our sales marketing processes. For instance, in Nigeria, in the area of automotive sales, car sales, we have a huge second-hand market here in Nigeria. So only the very affluent or the sufficiently motivated, because there's some people who are not affluent but they are really, really motivated to buy brand new cars. So not everyone buys a brand new car. People buy second-hand, previously owned, previously loved. There are different euphemisms for that sort of thing. So whatever it is, we have a huge secondary market for cars in Nigeria. So the reasons why people buy the Toyota Corolla series, if you're not Nigerian and you visited Nigeria recently, I'm sure you've noticed the streets of Abuja, streets of Lagos, or wherever it is that you've been to, even in my hometown, in Makudi, wherever you go to in the country, you just see Toyota Corollas all over the place. Why do Nigerians buy Toyota Corolla series? They buy them because of their durability. Everybody and their uncle and your mechanic, everyone, even your pastor, will tell you that Toyotas are durable and that they're fuel efficient. And this fuel efficiency thing has become a big deal in Nigeria recently because the cost of fuel has almost tripled in the last, let's say, like 2-3 months since the last president came in, basically. And that's the main reason why people buy Toyota Corollas. So people don't buy Toyota Corollas because they're sexy, although the more recent versions of the cars are getting sexier and less utilitarian in design. So the cars that you're going to find here, the Toyota Corollas that you're going to find around here, 2007, 2010, around that range, really old models. But I've noticed that the newer ones, like the 2020 models and stuff like that, they're looking real nice, real sexy. So it's not bad that they've started making sexy Toyotas, but that's not the primary reason why people buy them. So if they look sexier and eventually they come to the price range where most Nigerians can afford, we will buy them because they're durable, they're fuel efficient, and also because they're really eye catching. They look futuristic or sexy or whatever. But for now, durability, fuel efficiency, that is the core value proposition. That is the unique selling proposition. You see how it works. It's the main reason why people buy Toyotas, and it's the main reason why, if you sell Toyotas, those are the things that you have to talk about. Talk about the durability and fuel efficiency. You don't talk about how sexy they are. Oh, by the way, another reason why Nigerians buy Toyota Corollas is because they have resale value. Remember, I said that we have a huge secondary car market in Nigeria. So it's not people buying brand new cars, it's people buying previously owned cars from abroad, using them for a while, and then selling them as previously owned again in Nigeria. So if I remember correctly, I think the slang is if you're bringing it from abroad, you call them Belgium. I don't know why you call them Belgium, because some of these cars come from America, or rather most of them come from America, because of the whole steering wheel, right hand drive. Is it right hand drive or left hand drive? And the whole America, right hand, left hand drive, whatever. So a lot of our cars come from there, but then we call them Belgium. So if they're coming from abroad, you call them Belgium. If you use them a while in Nigeria and then you're selling them again, then they're called second hand. So that's the lingo, Belgium versus second hand. So for instance, I want to sell my own Toyota Corolla. So when it's being put on the market, it's going to be called second hand. It's not going to be called Belgium because it's not coming from abroad. If you don't believe in this whole resale value thing for Toyotas, then if you know anyone who has an old Kia or an old Volkswagen or an old Mercedes-Benz or whatever trying to sell it, then you'll know what I mean. If you just take the initial purchasing price of the car, how much the person bought the car for back in the day and how much the person wants to sell it for now, you see the difference in valuation when it comes to Toyota cars, particularly the Corollas versus everything else. Then this USP, this core value proposition, it reflects the traditional way that Toyotas have been positioning their vehicles. So if they had a marketing team dedicated exclusively to Nigeria or sub-Saharan Africa, then it wouldn't be a bad idea to stress that in their sales and marketing, because after all, that is what their customers are saying. When me and my brother are talking, these are the sorts of things we're talking about. Are they durable? Are they fuel efficient? When your mechanic is giving you advice, the next time your car has issues, these are the sorts of things that your mechanic is talking about. On the other hand, why do people buy a Benz? I'm not sure. There's some social signaling involved. You want people to know that you arrived, you're a big boy, you're a big girl. The reasons for buying a Benz, a lot harder to tease out. But the thing is, you get the point. You get the message. The core value proposition for a Toyota and the main reason why people buy a Benz or a BMW are not the same thing. So both companies know about that and they use that to drive their branding, their sales, and their marketing efforts. So it's not a surprise that in the Justice League movie, for those of you who are comic nerds, sorry, not nerds. I think that's disrespectful these days. What should I say? Aficionados, yeah. So if you're a comic aficionado, it's not a surprise that Bruce, what's his name? The Batman, the Bruce. Is he Wayne? Yeah, Bruce Wayne. So Bruce Wayne, Diana, that's Wonder Woman. They are sophisticated characters. They're wealthy because Diana, the Wonder Woman, she's an art what do you call them? Art historian, art dealer. So she's wealthy. Bruce, the billionaire, so he's wealthy. It's no surprise that in the movies, the Justice League, the last set of the DC movies and the Justice League movie, it's no surprise if you were paying attention that they were driving really sleek, modern-looking Mercedes Benzes. I think the one that Bruce Wayne had was the suicide doors. The one that the doors slide all the way up. So it's no surprise that Batman does not drive a Toyota, because that is not the core value proposition. That is not the unique value proposition. So Toyota isn't bothering to put their cars in the hands of billionaires. But for Mercedes-Benz, it's part of the positioning. For BMW, it's part of the positioning. And so that's what you see in all their sales and their marketing efforts. So, a good exercise to consider in your business is to write out your core value proposition and to do that right now after you're done listening to this episode. It doesn't have to be one sentence, it doesn't have to be exact, it doesn't have to be pretty because it takes time to tease these things out. But write them down all the same, even though you don't know what you're going to do with it yet. Because we write these things down and we don't know what to do with it. But having all this information is going to make you ready when your time comes and you start working with business consultants and specialists. It's going to make your time increasingly profitable. Some people hire a marketing consultant now, but they haven't answered all these questions. A marketing consultant is not going to be of much use to you if you're not even sure why your customers buy in the first place. If you already have it at the tip of your fingers that, you know what, I've been chatting with my customers, these are the main reasons that I found, then you're going to get the best value if you hire a sales consultant like me or a marketing professional like some other person that you happen to be following, another person's podcast or whatever. When you bring that person into your business, they now have fuel to help you make progress with your business. So, for example, me. Some people say that what I deliver is business wisdom in the things that I put out there on social media, like this podcast. In fact, it's uncanny because that exact phrase, business wisdom, I didn't tease this out. Somebody offered it up to me in January when I was working on the first iteration of my WhatsApp coaching platform. The person who helped me set it up, she said, what I have is business wisdom. And I noticed after that phrase will come up conversations in a few people, especially so far for this first half of 2023. I don't know, things are going to change in the later half of the year, especially since I've been promoting my stuff a lot more now, or who knows what the conversations in the future are going to bring. But right now, I've been hearing that word business wisdom a lot. It's stuck in my mind because business and wisdom, I don't really think go in the same sentence, because I've always thought of wisdom as applying to other aspects of life and not necessarily how it is that you increase your business. Anyway, but you get the point. So I've noted down business wisdom. So eventually, when I have a marketing team, because right now it's a solo effort, a marketing team, a marketing specialist is going to be able to harness all this feedback. Now, okay, people are telling me business wisdom, people are telling me this, people are telling me that. And all this feedback is going to lead to killer branding, killer marketing, killer positioning in the future. Because right now I still run into people who say, hey, your stuff is great, but guy, you should save. Or, hey, that was really nice, but that design was not on point, things like that. So thank you very much for the feedback, those of you who are concerned, because you want my ministry to move. You want me to brand things better, design things better, position things better. Yeah, I'll get to that. For now, my focus is just making sure that I'm providing value, putting out the content as what's that word? I can't remember the word. My bottom line is I want to put out the content when I say I'll put it out, and so that you guys are not disappointed. So don't be surprised that I don't have all these answers when it comes to branding, marketing, and positioning. It's because I'm not a branding or a marketing specialist. My specialty is helping you in situations where you are having one-on-one conversations with potential buyers, and you're not quite sure how to steer the conversation from hello, good morning, to collecting your payment and collecting the deposit. So that's my specialty. So write all these things down. The key value that your customers get from working with you. How do we go about collecting all this valuable information? What is our core value proposition? What is our USP, unique selling point, unique selling proposition, whatever term it is that you've come across that you want to call it? We're going to look to that in future episodes, continuing from tomorrow. So that's all for today, folks. If you love what you hear on the podcast, and you would like to have daily access to me so you can ask me any questions related to how to sell in your business, then the WhatsApp coaching club is now open. The investment required is only 5,000 naira monthly. You ask me anything, I give you answers, give you assignments to move the business forward. If you're interested, hit me up on social media, the DMs, or send a message saying you're interested to 080 6466 2140. The country code for Nigeria is +234. Again, the number is 080 64662140. If you're looking for me on socials, my name is Tavishima Ayede. Don't worry about the spelling. The correct spelling of the name, my email address, profile photo, they're all on the website where you're listening to this episode right now, or the profile of the podcast app where you're currently listening to my voice. And if you're starting a business and you don't want to hit up the banks for a loan, and you don't want to hit up loan sharks, then bootstrapping or saving is a viable alternative. I'm affiliated with a reputable financial institution that has over 504 billion naira in assets under management. What that means is they're not going to go broke anytime soon, and they're a secure organization to work with. They're in the business of protecting and guaranteeing your savings. That's because banks, they call that a savings account, but they keep charging you fees on your money, and they keep giving you ATM cards, and you pull out money when you're not supposed to. And apart from that, dealing with loan sharks, they want you to put your family down as collateral, and the moment you can't pay, they want to take they want to kidnap your mom to get you to pay. So loan sharks, bad idea. Banks, not as bad as loan sharks, but still not the best idea. If you're interested, message me on 080-6466-2140 to get started on saving towards your dream. It doesn't have to be saving towards business goals, because any savings plan will do. There are people who save towards education, like those of us who have kids. University education is getting really expensive these days. Might not be a bad idea to start saving for your children's education now. So even though they're in primary school, before you know it, 6 years will pass real quick. Then they're in secondary school. Then 6 years will pass real quick. And then it's time for university. And then, oh no, I don't have the millions of naira required for Harvard. That's if you're one of those types who believe that Harvard is the answer and Harvard is the only thing that will save your family. So if you believe that Harvard is the way, you need to start saving right now that your kids are in primary school. You hit me up, the phone number is there, and we'll get you started. So thanks for your time and attention. I'll catch you guys at the next episode where we're going to continue exploring this whole thing around business messaging.